There's no point for you to invest your money in the stock market and try to get a 7 to 10% return when you're paying 20% on your credit card. Like it makes zero financial sense. So before you think about investing your money in stocks, real estate, crypto, it does not matter. You should not have any credit card debt. So now that you've paid it off, this is where you can think a little bit bigger about how do we now actually build wealth? Because the reality is your savings will never make you wealthy. You cannot save your way to wealth. It is physically impossible because your savings are losing value to inflation each and every day. We've talked about this on YouTube countless times.
A lot.
And so you need to understand that. And so now how do you become wealthy? Investing your money. How do wealthy people stay wealthy? By investing their money. So if that's how wealthy people become wealthy, and if that's how wealthy people stay wealthy, how about now we start implementing this into our own lives by investing ourselves? Now, the nice thing is you don't need a lot of money to invest. Now, a lot of times people will say, well, I need like 10 grand to start investing or for it to be worthwhile. But that's not true. You're holding yourself back. Remember what I said in the beginning. You can start with $4 a day, a $100 investment. And if you start that early enough, it will turn you into a millionaire. The numbers say that. If you don't believe me, go pull out a compound interest calculator and try it out yourself. So it's all about the time and the small increments. So it doesn't matter if you're starting with $1,000, $10,000, $100, or even $1. The key is you have to get started. And the nice thing about being alive today, in this day and age, is there are so many apps out there that make it so accessible. With as little, literally, as $1. There are apps out there that will let you start investing with $1. If you want to see my recommended apps, there's a handful of them in the description of this video. You can also check out our website, theminoritymindset.com, where we publish a ton of reviews on different apps. So if you want to learn more, you can check that out. But there are so many resources out there that make that accessibility of investing so much more simpler than before. So there's no reason not to start in terms of the accessibility. The second reason is the education, which now if you're watching this video, you know the reason why you need to be investing. But now, if we speak more practically, how do you do it? And this is where you want to create a system where every time you get paid, some of your money is going to be invested, some of your money is going to be saved, and then you can spend the rest. Because what wealthy people do is they invest their money, meaning they pay themselves before they make everybody else around them rich. Mm-hmm. But what the majority of people are doing is they spend their money, they make everybody else around them rich, and then if they have any money left, that's when they'll invest it and save it. That's when they'll put the money to work for themselves. And so this is where you have to kind of flip the script and start thinking about, okay, if I want to become wealthy, I got to pay myself first. Before I go out and make Gucci rich, before I go out and make BMW rich, before I go out and make Apple rich, before I go out and start buying that double guac, I got to make myself rich. So what does that mean? You got to invest your money. So if I create like a very simple, very basic financial plan, this would be creating something like a 75-15-10 plan where for every dollar you earn from now on, anytime you earn a penny or a dollar, it's going to flow through the system. But for every dollar that you earn, 75 cents is the maximum that you can spend. 15 cents is the minimum that you're investing. And 10 cents is the minimum that you're saving. Now, once you do this, you have a system that can scale with you. Whether you're making $20,000 a year or $200,000 a year or $20 million a year, that system will scale. And now what you're doing is the more you earn, the more you invest, the more you save, the more you can spend. And the only thing that's going to change is your savings. Because like I was saying in the beginning part of this section is you can't save your way to wealth. It's impossible because of inflation. And so what you want to do is you have to understand, why do you save? Why do wealthy people save? You want to save your money for three reasons, and 3 reasons only. You want to save your money for an emergency in case something happens like life. You want to save your money for an investment, or you want to save your money for a big purchase. You want to buy a car, you want to buy a house, you need cash to do that. If you're not saving your money for one of these 3 reasons, you don't want to save because now your savings are just making you poorer each and every day. So how much money should you save for an emergency? Well, this is going to depend on you, where you are in your life, and your risk tolerance. You want to save somewhere between 3 months and 12 months worth of expenses. So if you're 23 years old and you got very little financial responsibilities, you could take a lot more risk. You don't got a spouse, you don't got kids. Well, now guess what? You might only need a few months worth of expenses, and now you have a solid savings account. If you're older, you have a spouse, you have kids, now maybe you want more than 3 months. Maybe you save 4 months, 6 months. Maybe you don't like risk. You just want to be completely financially secure and never have to worry about money. Then maybe you save 9 months or a year's worth of savings expenses. I don't think you need more than a year. After that, you're really getting a little excessive. Don't save more than that. But this is where now you can figure out kind of where you are in your life, your goals and your risk tolerance to see how much money you should save for your emergencies. After you save that amount, don't keep saving that money. Put your savings to work in your investments. If you enjoyed this short clip from my longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, if you're interested in learning more about how to start generating passive income, our team put together an amazing guide on how to start generating passive income for free. All you gotta do is click that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.